How many cops does it take to change a light bulb? None. They just beat the shit out of the room for being black. What's up, weirdos? Scott here. Thanks again for visiting the channel. As always, I appreciate it. If this is your first time to the channel, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the content. And today I'm doing a quick unboxing on a knife that I just received today. Very, very excited. I've been looking for this knife for years. This is a very rare knife, one that doesn't get released very often. And when it does, they sell out immediately. So I'm very happy to have finally found this knife. This is completing my, I don't know if I'd say it's completing my MICROTECH collection, but it's getting close. And that's why I'm using the MICROTECH Direct Delta to open this package. So let's get started. What do you say? Let's do it up, y'all. Love this knife. Okay, so as I said, very hard to get a hold of, but I looked on... Where did I look? Southern Edges, and I found this guy. I've never actually found a knife that I'd enjoy or that I'd like to have on Southern Edges, but I'm glad I finally found this one. So I believe it opens this way. Double check though. I'm going to take this off screen for just a minute. Forgive me. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy, that's really tight. I didn't get all the tape. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. Let's see if this has a... Oh, okay, good. So, as you know, MICROTECH, probably my favorite knife brand thus far. American-made MICROTECH. Woohoo! It's not really surprising since I already have the two that are made in China. SCARAB 2, single edge, Gen 3, apocalyptic standard. I'm so excited. Okay, all right. Ooh, Southern Edges, stickers, and card. Probably have a scanner thing on that. No. So there is their Instagram, there is their website, and I'm sorry, their Gmail account if you want to look them up or give them a call or anything like that. They have a lot of really nice knives on their site. As I said, I've never been able to get one that I wanted or that I could afford, but let's go ahead and get into this guy. So excited about this. Oh goodness. Oh my God, that's chunky. Look at that. Now I will compare this to the other two knives that I have that are of this size. They're about the same size except for thickness. But first I'll show you this gorgeous, gorgeous blade. Boy, that's easy to actuate. Oh my God, that's so easy to use. So this has MICROTECH's new slide on it, which this is just so easy to actuate. My God, look at that. I can do that all day. Oh, I love the way this blade is shaped and the milling on it and all that stuff. Got some oil on the blade there, as you can see. I'll give you a close-up. Still got some milling on the blade there. USA made MICROTECH SCARAB 2 M390. I love all this milling back here. I don't think that it has a particular purpose, but I absolutely love it. I love the aesthetics of this knife so much. You got that grippy tape like they have on the SOCOM Elite. You've got the back spacer, the pocket clip here, which has the SCARAB on it. And then you've got this gigantic, obnoxious glass breaker, which I hate, but that's okay. And I believe this is also something that they use for lanyards. And if you want to use a lanyard, I don't use lanyards. But as you can see, you've got these milling lines in here, and I believe that helps. I'm not sure if this is rolling on bearings or what's going on with this switch, but it's so incredibly easy to use. Let me show you my Combat Troodon here. I'll get rid of this guy so we can talk about this knife. Open it up again. That's a big knife, guys. Okay, so you already know that the Combat Troodon, this guy is 9 inches overall and 9.25 with the glass breaker, and that's exactly the same size as the SCARAB 2. And then the Dirac Delta, again, is exactly the same length. Actually, the SCARAB 2 looks like it might be a little bit longer. Yeah, I'm sorry. So even with including the glass breaker, the Combat Troodon and the Dirac Delta are 9 inches overall with a 9.25 length, including the glass breaker. The SCARAB 2 is just a touch longer. It's 9.25 inches overall without the glass breaker, and it's about a little over 9.5 inches with the glass breaker. As you can see, the blades are pretty much the same length. The cutting edge is a little bit shorter on the SCARAB 2 and the Dirac Delta than it is on the Combat Troodon. These are both double ground or dual ground blades, and this one is just your standard drop point blade. I'll get rid of these guys. So as far as the action is concerned, the action on the Dirac Delta is easier than it is on the Combat Troodon, but the action on the SCARAB 2 is much easier than both of them combined, in my opinion. What is that? Okay. So yeah. The next thing we have to look at here, I forgot to show you the top of the blade. You've also got a milling line here. I don't know if I'm going to call that I'm not going to call that a fuller. It's not really a fuller, but there is an area milled out of the top of the blade here. Let me see if I can show you that. I'm not sure what that's for. It's probably just an aesthetics value sort of thing, but it's also like that on the bottom of the blade. So that maybe that has something to do with the track, the way it rides on the track. I'm not sure. But I absolutely love this thing. I'm so excited to have this in my collection. You have no idea, especially with the new slide for this guy. It just makes it so easy to use, and this does fire very hard. I'd say it fires about 10% harder than the Combat Troodon. Yeah, for sure, 10 to 20% harder. And the Dirac Delta, yeah, definitely at least 10%. I'm not sure if I'd say 20% harder than this one. This seems to fire a little bit harder than the Combat Troodon. But what I really wanted to show you on this guy is the thickness. Look at the difference between these two knives. You can see a huge difference there between the buttons. The button on the Combat Troodon is much slimmer than the button on the SCARAB 2. And the frame itself, obviously, is quite a bit thicker. Let's take a look at the Dirac and see if that's... Yeah, the Dirac is also much slimmer. But you can see here that the buttons are pretty much the same size on both knives, because this one is able to have the button on the show side of the knife instead of having it on the side. This one is on the side as well, but the button itself is much wider, so it's a lot easier to use this one than it is on the Combat Troodon. Look at that thing just fly in and out of that handle. My God, that's amazing. Oh, I absolutely love this knife, guys. I've been looking for this guy for so long, and I'm happy to finally have it in my collection. I love the grippy tape on this guy. I love the pocket clip. I'm not a huge fan of their bent pocket clips, but I like the aesthetics here with this beetle or SCARAB on it. Again, the glass breaker is a little obnoxious, but I can live with that. Another difference is with most of their OTFs, you're going to have these tri-wing screws here, which are proprietary, but you can buy a bit to take these off of here with. This one actually has T8 screws, which is very nice. Big fan of that. I'm not sure why they use the tri-wing screws on most of their knives and they don't use it on this one, but I'm glad they use those on this one just in case I ever do have to take it apart. And of course there is only hardware on the one side since it's just a chassis being held together. And this is, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, this is the Apocalyptic Blade, which is kind of this, excuse me, the same thing as Rick Hinderer's working finish. Excuse me, boy. So yeah, I love the apocalyptic finish on this guy. Absolutely love it. Everything about this knife I'm infatuated with completely. I mean, just, it's so easy to use. My God, this is amazing. Okay. I will do a full comprehensive review of this guy in a couple of weeks after I have had some time to spend with it. But yeah, I'm already in love with this guy. Absolutely love this knife. I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. If you did, please like and subscribe. This is only an unboxing. This is not a review. That will be coming up in a couple of weeks. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. And stay up, weirdos. Take it easy. Bye.